Hey folks, Zugord here, and today we're diving headfirst into the nightmare fuel that is the Xenomorphs of Alien Romulus. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but wait, aren't all Xenos already nightmare fuel? Well, buckle up, because the ones born inside Renaissance Station are on a whole different level. We're talking monsters among monsters. Like, if regular Xenomorphs are a bad day, these suckers are the apocalypse on steroids. Fans can't even agree on what to call them. Some go with the dramatic Xenos of Renaissance Station, while others prefer the short and savage Romulus Xenomorphs. Either way, their official debut in Alien Romulus made damn sure we'd never look at a chestburster the same way again. Just their silhouettes? Instant chills. Towering, hulking, myth-sized demons with a design that makes you go, yeah, that's cool, right before your brain screams, run, you idiot! But here's the kicker. What really makes them terrifying isn't just the raw power, the steed, or the I'll rip your face off and still be hungry attitude. Nah, the real horror lies in their origin. Spoiler alert, they're not some random new species that nature just whipped up. These bad boys are the result of genetic tinkering, a Frankenstein project built on the DNA of one of the darkest legends in alien lore, the one and only Big Chap. Yep, that alien, the OG 1979 beast who turned the Nostromo into a slaughterhouse until Ellen Ripley gave him the old space vacuum treatment from the Narcissus escape pod. So here's the messed up question. How the hell did Weyland-Yutani manage to take the most iconic monster of all time and crank it up to God mode? Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today. Stick with me, because this ride's about to get bloody fascinating. We're breaking down the secret backstory behind their creation, straight from the Alien Romulus prequel comic. We'll poke at their freaky biology, how they compare to Big Chap, their predatory strategies, their nasty smart intelligence, what makes them nearly unstoppable, and yeah, the little weaknesses you'll pray you can exploit if you ever meet one. Spoiler, you won't. Timeline check. The story kicks off in 2142. That's 20 years after the first Alien movie and 22 after Alien Earth. By this point, Weyland-Yutani still hasn't learned a damn thing and is still obsessed with their favorite hobby, catching themselves a live Xenomorph XX-121. And guess what? They finally scored the jackpot. Not just any alien, but the Big Chap himself. Remember how Ripley yeeted him into space? Yeah. Turns out the bastard didn't die. The company tracked him for years, scouring the void with probes and drones, until they stumbled on something that looked like a space rock coffin, a hardened chrysalis floating in the cosmic dust. At first glance, dead, fossilized, case closed. But nope, dude was in suspended animation, biding his time like some kind of horror hibernation.
So, Weyland-Yutani drags him back to Renaissance Station. Why? Because for them, Xenos aren't just death machines, they're the future of evolution. Ugh, corporate bullshit, right? Their goals? Twofold, and both nightmare fuel. Play God with biology. They wanted to recreate a light version of the engineer's black goo pathogen, something they could control? Yeah, sure. Imagine a serum that repairs tissue, regenerates cells, and maybe, just maybe, makes you immortal. Basically, Peter Weyland's wet dream, brought back from the grave. Turn Xenos into weapons. Picture this. Unleash facehuggers and custom-made aliens on enemy colonies, then shrug and say, "Oh no, a random outbreak, how tragic." Cold, efficient, and a little bit evil genius. Classic Weyland-Yutani. The head honcho running this science circus? Rook, an android with the charisma of a toaster and the morals of, well, Weyland-Yutani. He used Big Chap's DNA to 3D print facehuggers. Yep, bioprinters, because why not? And he cooked up an experimental serum called ZO1 1. A watered-down version of the engineer's accelerant. Not as instantly deadly, but still able to rewrite biology, making hosts stronger, tougher, basically super soldiers with a side of, oops, now you're a meat puppet for an alien.
Meanwhile, other teams were busy pimping out embryos. Taller, faster, meaner. Basically weaponized predators tailor-made for galactic warfare. And shocker, it all went to hell. 2 guards, Hyla and Adrian, freaked out and tried to chuck Big Chap back into space. Big mistake. The bastard woke up, tore Adrian's face off, blink and you miss it style, and started painting the walls red. Then he sent loose the Facehuggers in the Romulus and Remus modules, and boom! We got ourselves a chest-burster domino effect. Within hours, the whole station was one giant nightmare hive. Rook, cut in half by Big Chap's tail, and I gotta say, couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Hyla went full hero mode, blew herself up with a grenade, managed to vent Big Chap back into the void. But the damage, already done. The new Xenos organized fast, like a damn army. Survivors hunted down. The station transformed into a grotesque nest, just waiting for the unlucky main characters of the movie to stumble in later. And oh boy, Navarro's fate? Brutal. She gets face-hugged by a genetically boosted model, chest-bursted in the worst way imaginable, but what comes out of her? Not your usual alien. Nope. This little bastard weaves a cocoon and starts evolving into something worse. Bourne tries to fry it with an electric staff, fries its skull, leaves it scarred, but the monster just keeps going, morphing into the Scorching Xenomorph. Yeah! A burned, mutilated, rage-fueled abomination that chases the survivors through the industrial elevator shafts like some flaming demon from hell. So picture this. The chaos in Renaissance Station is already off the rails. Blood, acid, screams, the usual Tuesday in the alien universe. And then comes one of the most gut-punching moments of the whole damn film. Kay, poor Kay, this young woman who's still trying to process what hell she's actually trapped in, is forced to watch as her brother Tyler gets slaughtered right in front of her. Brutal. Raw. And if you're watching it, you're like, nope, I didn't sign up for this travel. And here's where it gets weird. The Facehuggers, those creepy crab spider things we all love to hate, crawl up to Kay and don't impregnate her. Wait, what? Yeah, exactly. Not out of mercy. Oh no, these things don't do hugs of compassion. It's biology, baby. Cold, hard, you're not worth the effort biology. Kay was too badly injured, bleeding out, her body too weak to sustain a chest burster. So the Facehuggers basically went, nah, defective shill, pass. Can you imagine that? Not even good enough to be a host? That's next level horror. The monsters don't even kill you, they just leave you to rot. Ouch. But just when you think Kay's arc is about to hit a dead end, boom, Andy enters the stage. Yeah, Andy, the android. Side note, why is it always the synthetics who steal the show in alien stories? Bishop, Ash, David, now Andy. Anyway, he becomes this unlikely ally, especially for Rain Carradine, and together, damn, what a duo. Andy with his unshakable logic, Rain with her fight-or-die survival instinct. Yeah, it's like the perfect odd couple in the middle of an acid-dripping nightmare. They even dare to take on the Scorching Xenomorph, the nastiest freak in nature in the whole station. Talk about guts. Eventually, they blow the whole Renaissance Station to hell. Victory? Kinda. More like, well, at least we're not all dead yet. And if you've been paying attention to the Alien franchise, you know nothing ever really ends. Now, let's talk about what makes these Romulus Xenos so damn special. And by special, I mean, holy shit, these things are worse than any boss fight you've ever had. First up, size. Big Chap from 1979, about 2.18 meters tall. Intimidating, right? These new guys, around 2.43 meters. Doesn't sound like much, but on screen, it's like watching a giraffe with murder issues. Their torsos are thinner, their whole frame elongated, almost insect-like. They look designed to terrify you before they even lift a claw. Their limbs, long, creepy, thin. At first glance, you're like, noodle arms. Then you see them rip a steel door off its hinges, and you're like, oh crap. Their hands have 6 long fingers with razor claws, unlike Big Chap's 4 fused ones. That's precision murder equipment, people. They could probably do surgery, a really fatal one. On their backs, the dorsal tubes are smaller, but they've got this unsettling orange-brown glow at the tips. Bioelectric vibes, anyone? Their legs are digitigrade. Think cats or velociraptors, with orange-tipped heels and bonus claws. Evolution basically said, let's make them part ninja, part tank. And the head? Whoa! Bigger, longer, capped with that translucent dome so you can actually glimpse the humanoid skull beneath. And oh yeah, you can see sparks of bioelectricity flickering inside like someone stuck a thunderstorm in there. Their inner jaw? Longer, sharper, transparent, like the world's worst jack-in-the-box. Teeth gleaming chrome. Every time the light hits them, you're like, yeah, those are freshly sharpened. Thanks for the nightmare. And don't even get me started on the facehuggers. These little freaks leveled up too. Darker skin, retractable spines, a stinger on the tail, as if they weren't terrifying enough. Now they're full offensive weapons, hunting by sound waves and heat. You cannot hide, buddy. Forget it. Chest bursters? Bigger, bulkier, with baby arms and domes where you can literally see the blood pumping inside. Grotesque? Hell yes. Effective? Oh, definitely. Taken together, these Romulus Xenomorphs are like Geiger's original nightmare artwork had a baby with a military weapons program. They're not just monsters, they're weapons of war in sleek, terrifying packages. And the Scorching? Man, that's the boss level. This abomination literally tricks Kita into opening a door for it. Think about that. It tricks her. That's not instinct. That's tactical thinking. Combine that brain with claws, tails, jaws, speed, and armor, and you've got yourself a how the hell do we survive this situation? Yeah, they can still die. Heavy weapons, explosives, zero-gravity environments can screw with them, but good luck pulling that off while they're ripping you apart. And here's the cherry on top, the design work. Shane Mahan and Legacy Effects, along with Fede Alvarez, went full Geiger homage while adding fresh touches. Taller frames, tweaks from the Alien Queen, softened biomechanics compared to the Covenant protomorphs. The result? Familiar, but horrifically new. And to keep it real, Alvarez insisted on practical effects, suits, animatronics, because nothing beats that 1979 feeling of holy shit, the monster's right there in the shadows and it's real. So what do you think, guys? Could you stand face to face with one of these Romulus nightmares? Or would you be like me, already sprinting the other way, praying to Ellen Ripley for guidance?